welcome to We Talk Frequency with me, Saskia, the singing psychic medium from Dust of Soul, and with you, Christopher, today as a guest. So please tell our beautiful audience, what are you doing? What is your energy? I saw you're an author, you a wealth coach and advisor. So how is your connection to the spiritual world and to this beautiful energy right now on Earth?
Thank you for having me. Great to be here. My well, understanding that we're all 99% energy and 1% matter. If we are not aware of that, it's good to be aware of that and present to that. And I think as I've embodied and understood this more, how much energy plays into all the different aspects of our way of life, it has really brought forth this interest of me to want to go deeper and to explore more. So my background, as you mentioned, is as a wealth coach, a wealth advisor. I've spent the past 20 years helping people make smart decisions about their money, investments, and saving and overcoming their limiting belief systems and patterns that have kept them from ascending to new levels of wealth and abundance.
That's a huge energy field. All these belief systems, especially connected to money, to their own abundance and what abundance means for everyone. So that's a huge field that you are into.
Yeah. And I think it's growing, right? Because our money supply, at least in the way it currently operates, continues to grow. And the population grows. So our share of the wealth that's being created gets to continually grow as well. And it's the way our systems have been built to operate, is around an exchange of energy, right? So when we think about the money, what it essentially is it's a contract. It's a belief system, right? When money was first invented, or exchanged hands, it started to exchange hands by way of seashells and feathers, right? So I see, you have a starfish and behind you shelf. Yeah, I'm sure starfish, or a sand dollar, maybe those were like worth $1 million, and so what we assign to have value is believed and agreed upon as an exchange of value, right? And what we say it's worth, that is worth this, right? And there's a belief system that comes around that creates essentially the value, the worth of something.
But how we create the value of something, because it's not the value for everything. That's why I'm still fascinated that this invention, money, could take this whole place, and everyone is believing $1 is this value, or 1 Swiss franc, or whatever, and everyone just believe it. And it's kind of like, so from where comes that? And like you said at the beginning, when I found once on the beach, it's an interesting topic that you brought up, this seashell thing, that shell thing. So for me it was everything, but some other people, they never saw that. They say, what kind of crap is that, and then how you manage the value, especially with your own life and with your own values, into the 3D world.
Well, again, there's our own value in which we perceive exists for maybe our time or our service or our craft, whatever it is that we're bringing, right? Our product that we offer. There is a belief system around what that is worth or what someone would be willing to pay for it. And in terms of like what a euro gets you or what a dollar gets you or a Swiss franc, that is determined by the banking systems, right? And there's a certain level of trade that exists and exchange that exists amongst the different financial systems that agree upon a certain value of things, if that makes sense.
But it's just a belief system.
100%.
It's just like, okay, I believe it. And you never saw really behind the whole system. No, I think very less people really saw behind. I'm just sometimes so fascinated how we picking up belief systems from outside and we make it to our own, like immediately. And it's kind of like, and we never think about it, why I'm believing this. And it's kind of like, and I think there is where you start with your own spirituality. There is where you start to asking, okay, wait a moment, what else has an influence to us? So
Of course.
I just saw that even getting older is a belief system. We have not to getting older. And I was like, what? So it blowed my mind. And I was like, even to getting older is a belief system in our body. That's why we're getting older. So it's more like you said, like, what is behind the curtain and what is behind the curtain from the curtain. So it's just very interesting. So how things coming into our system, right?
Right. So, for example, I mean, let's talk about the way we met and our experience working together. So, we met at an event at Climate Week in New York. You shared what it is that you do. It resonated with me in terms of wanting to create a soul song. I'm like, wow, this seems very much aligned. Like, let's explore it. So I asked you without even, I think initially I just asked you what's your availability. I didn't ask you what your cost of.
Yeah, right.
But, because I lead with, if this is something that I'm feeling called to do, regardless of whatever she says the cost is, like, I'm going to explore this opportunity. Right. And then ultimately at, some point you said, okay, Saturday. And I said, okay, well, what do you ask for an energy exchange for the session? And you said a number, and, I sat with that also. And that was a yes. So there's multiple levels of opportunities for me to make a decision. And if I lead with the money, like, okay, how much does it cost? Right. Then you said the number, and then I would be like, well, okay, but if I'm leading with the experience and like getting to know the experience and then letting the money piece of it be something that's we're aware of, but after I've already done, the check-ins on, is there energy alignment? Yes. Does it make sense? Is there an opportunity for us to connect? Yes. Okay. Well, then now I can ask for the money piece, because if it's really meant to be created for me, I will believe in it. Yes. Or if it's too much, I might ask you, well, that's out of my affordability. Would you be able to do it for something like this, or, whatever?
Right. And so that is all the layers of frequency, because you look into life with a different view of your frequency. Like you said, you felt something, you trust your intuition, and then you go from there. And that is something that we really all have to step up. We have to really listen to our intuition, because our intuition is always guiding us in the right way. But then, of course, our mind is so fast, and it stops us with other questions. So I think that is something that you bring up in your books, in your teachings, to listen to the intuition, right?
Well, yeah. And you said the intuition leads you in the right way. Sometimes, my belief is that if, yes, you connect deeply and clearly with whatever way is meant for you to get answers. I look within, I look to my belly, my solar plexus area. I can ask a yes, no question, and I am very confident that I'll get the answer that is of the highest timeline, or whatever you want to. Sometimes that right answer, whatever you're meant to do, leads you to a path that might be like, like a dark night of the soul. So understanding that, when we follow our intuition, we're being guided from source or what have you into what is meant for us to receive in this moment. And what we perceive to be, the right decision or the best decision or what have you might differ from what where you are guided. But my experience has been when I follow my intuition, even if I'm going through that dark night of a soul, yes, I need to I have the experiences, the emotions, um, the difficulties, right? But yet I also have this deeper level of trusting and surrendering and knowing that allows me to my nervous system to be okay going through that, and to feel embodied, and to feel grounded, and to yeah, be able to smile even if I'm going through that experience, I guess.
And I think that's a very good point, because many people think, oh, when you follow your heart and when you follow your intuition and when you follow your spiritual path, everything is like with pink wigs and glitter and it's just with flowers. No, it's not.
The polarity exists in all of the things. It's part of our universe. Yeah.
And the thing is, but then you say yes to your path that you came from for, and that you really can transform. It's kind of like you said, you surrender, you trust your journey. And I mean, when I started with Dust of Soul, this is now exactly 13 years ago. It was 2011 or 14, so 2011. And I saw on the wall in my apartment the name Dust of Soul, and I was like, I have no clue what that means. And I was engaged to a banker, and my life was perfect from outside, but it started to, after the brain stroke, with with Dust of Soul. And I was like, I have no clue what that is, but I have to follow that. I had this inner feeling. My heart was like, oh, finally, now I know where to go. And I had to change my whole life. And of course, my ego, even my environment, they were all not happy. But today, after this whole time, I found out like, whoa, that was meant to be. Otherwise, it's just like I just follow belief systems that I picked up, but then I started to look inward and follow my own guidance. And there was a lot of tears. There are still a lot of tears. There is still a lot of like fog, or I don't know sometimes what to do. But now I have this confidence that I trust my path after all these years. And it's kind of like, you have to say yes to yourself, and you cannot run away from yourself. So even when I would say, no, I don't care what that is on my wall, I don't care, it would come back on some point, because everything is frequency. You cannot run away from your own frequency. It always comes back in a vibration. And so that's why when people say, oh, wow, it's so nice with you and Michael and everything, they say, ooh, that's a lot of work in the back. You have no idea. So but we do it with confidence, because we know we can trust our path. And that's what you said. You do it with a smile, because you know you follow like a higher purpose, or you follow a path that you cannot, it's intuition. You have no proof, you have no like, maybe sometimes no plan, but sometimes things coming into your life that you say, oh, now it make everything so many things making now sense, that I started in these 13, 14 years. And I'm excited what is next. I'm so excited what is next, because I feel that we are, even right now, with this huge energy shift from the universe, from the cosmos, we are all in a shift that 2026, 2027. So there's so much going on. Our life will not stay like this right now, or the last years. So I'm very excited what comes next. Absolutely.
Yeah. So when we talk about frequency, our frequencies shift over time, right?
Yeah.
Like when we went through and did our soul song, you said, well, this is a soul song for today. And, the next soul song will be likely very different. I have days where my energy is very heavy, right? There's that I'm maybe working through, that I haven't been able to dance off, or I haven't been able to meditate, or I haven't been able to walk on the beach through, or what have you. And I carry those around. Ultimately, I think what has served me the most is understanding and accepting that my frequency is going to shift, and doing certain practices as, to bring me back to like my authentic self and my highest vibration that I know is possible.
And to accept even when your energy is heavy, to celebrate even that and say, okay, good that I feel something, I mean, that's a gift too. So many people, they cut off their feelings, they cannot feel their body. And so that you feel, oh, today I feel I'm not so into dancing, meditation, breath work, whatever it is. But then you respect that, you respect even that frequency, and it vibrating out itself into the next frequency. And that's the good news. It's always shifting, like you said, it's always shifting. And so it doesn't stay like it is. So that's why to celebrate even when you feel heavy or when you feel like, oh, I can't do that. No, that's even to accept that with gratitude. I think that's a very important key for the spiritual path for everyone.
Indeed.
Yeah. So you told me that you working on a book right now, right? Or that you finished something. So, but you already published a book, right? So I'm a little bit confused about that. Can you bring a little bit clarity into that and maybe tell a little bit what is the book about, if you want, of course, if that is allowed, and why you write a book? You love to write, so that's something that I can write, but I'm not into books. So everyone has his own passion and frequency in that. So how it came to you?
Well, I wouldn't say that I was passionate about writing, or that a book was something that I had on my vision board. But I was in a Vipassana in India about 2.5 years ago, and I received the clearest message in my life that I ever received on the second night to write a book, and to write it about something that I've been, I guess, contemplating on and thinking about over the couple years prior. And that is essentially a compilation of my work as a wealth advisor, exploring and analyzing the different interactions that I've had with people in a variety of different wealth statuses, a variety of different points in their life, transitions in their life. The book is really a blueprint to help people elevate their relationship with money, understanding that money is energy, and that we have inherited belief systems, we have patterns, we have frequencies that exist within us that affect our relationship with money, whether that be lead us down more of a scarcity mindset, lead us down more of an abundance mindset, or somewhere in between, where you're like, some days I have really, like open and expansive mind. Other times I have this weight that feels like it's dragging me down. So the book is really that, is exploring, and it shares a little bit about my story, how I grew up and what led me to getting in the world of finance, and helping people that I care about make smart decisions about money. And that really came about through experiences that I had growing up, fights that I heard my parents have, and what stories I started to create for myself as a result of the things that I was exposed to. Right, because we latch on to certain parts of our experience, and create weight, and they're more present to some people than they are in ours. For example, I have 2 sisters, right? Their experiences are just different. So, I'm excited to launch the book. We're going to publish sometime early 2026.
Congratulations to that.
On the book. Thank you. Yeah, we're finalizing the cover. And doing the back cover art. So just getting ready to go live.
That's very exciting. So you do a book launch.
I'm going to do a book launch.
Very beautiful. I was not aware that this is so fast, so that that you do this. And it's the perfect time. Like I said, the whole time, like take your actions, take your bold actions, start in 2026. And that's perfect to make a book launch. It is under all the stars. It is full of success because it is exactly what you should do. You downloaded the concept, you received in India that beautiful message to do this, and then of course you need a process, you need to give birth to it, and then 2026 is the perfect time to bring it out and to go public, to have this energy of the fire of the number one, because 2026 is a year of the one. So everything comes together in a very beautiful way. So very well in alignment with you. That's perfect. I'm super happy for this.
As we come to closing, I think, one of the things that brought me to have this conversation with you is because, when we did our soul song, it kind of felt like a reading of sorts, right? Mm-hmm. Where an astrology reading, mm-hmm. and started to transmute the words, and there was just so much that resonated with me, and I was able to. They were able to point to things that were a part of my life in a variety of different ways. Mm. And, since then, I've been listening to my soul song quite a bit, and pretty much everything in the soul song is playing out. Mm.
And I remember that I told you that you were asking me how this is going to work. And I think I told you it will come into reality. And you were like, okay. But in a good way, and it's,
yeah.
Yes. And it's kind of like, that is my experience too with soul songs. When I channeled my first soul song in 2012, all the lyrics were my guidance for my new life. And today, when I listen to it, of course, I still have this very first soul song with this guidance. I'm surprised again, like every word, everything came into reality, and but in very weird ways. So like in ways that my brain could not imagine. So it is, yeah, sometimes I'm still figuring out how I would love to see the sign behind soul songs. So maybe on Sunday we put some neutrons on my brain or on Michael's brain, and then we see on the screen what's really going on in our mind while we're doing the channeling, so, and what's going on by the guest, so that's just a a thing that is like that I would love to play with.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool to look at, like connect like a BCI device to see like what alpha, beta, theta, like what's being activated as you're creating. But essentially, I mean, for me, what I've learned the most is that the less you try to figure out, the better off you are.
Right.
And the more you just accept that, again, opening yourself up as a channel. Right, like that is what you're getting. Like there, it's hard to kind of like see source on a screen. You're getting the guidance from an energy, right? So when if we're 99% energy, it might not be visual. So and just accepting that, and that okay.
Yeah. I think that is a beautiful guidance for everyone here. Really trust and don't overthink it, and just go with that flow. And I would say maybe to close that whole beautiful life, that we people can go in touch with you when they want to know about how should I manage my money, how should I manage my abundance flow. So please get in touch with Christopher here on Instagram, and reach out to him if you have any questions or if you want to work with him. So reach out here to him on Instagram, and then you can find out where he is and connect with him. If you have these questions, even when you feel as a man, I want to bring just short this topic up, man and spirituality. So because we always think, oh, it's only women, they are spiritual. But now we have this wave, and I think it's a good wave, that men tapping into their their spirituality, that they speak openly about it, what they feel, what they receive, like that they receive ideas, that intuition works for them in a very beautiful way. So even Michael, when he plays the piano, he is the piano or something. So he sometimes he don't know what he's playing, and he went to private music schools and everything, but when he starts to channel, he don't know what his fingers are doing. So all this, but he had to accept that because he was very into the concept of the piano, because piano is a very concept instrument. So it's kind of like that man now coming into their spirituality. If you feel connected to Christopher, please reach out to him, reach out to Michael. So reach out to people. They are on the path. They maybe can inspire you. They can help you. So because don't be shy. Don't be shy about your own spirituality. There is so much more out there. And I would love to do, you were offering like a short and breathwork moment. So to close the whole energy here, and thank you so much for your time and to making time today. And I hope we see us in person soon again. And thank you so much. What do you think about that?
Of course. Yes. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I invite everyone to just close their eyes over and take a moment to connect with the ground beneath you, whether your feet are on the floor or you're sitting on the floor. Just connecting with the earth. You're in a building, connecting through the concrete into the earth. And as we connect to the earth, we go down with our roots all the way to its center. And through our roots, we connect to the center of the earth. We find that we're interconnected with everyone, everything. It's a mycelium network that exists. I invite you to take 3 deep breaths in through your belly, chest, release. Another breath in through your belly, up through your chest, release. And the last breath in, I want you to breathe in all the abundance that surrounds you everywhere. And as you exhale any limiting beliefs, scarcity mindset, or beliefs that don't serve you in this moment. And I invite you to pick one thing that you heard from this conversation today and integrate it. Have that be the point in which you refer to, say, hey, I'm going to look at this now through a different lens. That is the lens I'm going to now look at this moment forward. Down, speak it out loud, put it on a Post-it on your wall, whatever you feel called to do, but in a way that you're reminded and aware of what this new action is. And may all beings be happy and free. Bless your life. Thank you so much, Saskia. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. And thank you so much for being you, that you were brave enough to do a soul song with us. I'm excited to do my next one. Your next one, yes. There is something, and then on some point you are like, now I'm ready. We have people that reach out and say, Saskia, I cannot hear anymore my soul song. I need a new one. I say, okay. So now you are ready. So thank you so much for your open heart and what you share with the world. And I hope maybe we will, I don't know if you do it in person with the book launch. Let us know how we can help, how we can support you. Just let us know. And if we can share things in our social medias or newsletter, just let us know. Okay. So we are here for you. And thank you so much and have a beautiful day.